Everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let's just double check to see that we are live. We are here for the FOMC watch along. Good stuff. Very, 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 very good stuff. So, how is everybody doing? Let's mute this tab here. Do this like this. Julio. Awesome. So, how is everybody doing? Are we ready for today's FOMC press conference? Well, not press conference because it's not really for the press, is it? It's for the Federal Open Money Committee, or is it, yeah, Monetary Committee? I think it is Monetary Committee. Yes, it is. It is. And it looks like it's going to be a tricky one today because of a few reasons. I think we're ready to see dollar go a little lower today. All right. I'm expecting to see a little bit of a sort of breath of fresh air in the Federal Open Market Committee. That's it. Thank you, JMO. I see you in the comment there. I see you in the comment. So look, get your comments in. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm going to do a shout out now. All right. Yeah, we might as well do a shout out now. Then we'll move over to the charts. All right. Then we'll move over to the charts. So let me know where you're tuning in from as well. All right. I'll try to give you a shout out. So we've got Federico in the chat saying, good evening, all. FOMC at 50 BPS tonight. Maybe. What do you guys think? You guys are going to have to let me know what you guys think. All right. Nicholas Garolin says, yo. Good to see you. Hibby over here saying, hey, gang. Good to see you. Marta. Always good to see you, Marta. Thank you for joining the show. August. It's good to see you, August. Thank you very much. Always got positive comments from you, August. I appreciate that. And it would never be a stream without Phil, the Flying Frenchman. I really appreciate you joining into the show. Should be a good one today. Should be a good one. We've got JMO in the chat who's helping out today. JMO's helping out today. JMO's the guy. JMO's the main guy. We've got HJJ. Good to see you, my bro. Thank you for tuning into the show. Really appreciate that there. We've got, this is a new one. Christian Van Ryan Purisima. Good to see you from the Philippines as well. I love to see it. I love to see it. Min, my brother from Vietnam. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Aromatic. We've got Sir Hat here as well. Buy orders minimum 15k in for FOMC scam. Well, look, we're here. We're at 15k on Bitcoin, and I don't know if it's the right time to be getting bearish. Maybe this last leg that we have now going lower could be very short-lived. You know, I think accumulation is around the corner, and that's very bullish. That means we're not that far away from the next bull market. You know, so we'll see. We've got the fam. We've got the fam joining in. Thank you very much. Crypto Mac, I see you tuning in. Thank you very much. We've got Anna over here from Bolivia. Amazing. Good to see you, Anna. Thank you very much. Crypto Zenio says, thoughts on the World Cup? Well, it's a very interesting World Cup. Crazy things are happening. There are teams that I thought were looking amazingly strong, and they turned out not to be so great. And now you've got Spain winning 7-0 right now. Well, last I checked was 7-0, so I don't know. It could be 8 now, you know. So thoughts on the World Cup? I have no idea who's going to win. No idea. Who have we got else? We got Michael Caffrey in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. We got lots of people today. We got Timothy. Good to see you, Timothy. What do you think about the possible FOMC decision? We're going to talk about that today. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to have a look at some charts, and we'll talk about what we think is going to happen. I'll put a poll up in a second as well, and I can get some opinions from you guys as to what you guys think is going to happen. Do you think it's going to be 50 basis points, 75, 100, which seems very, very unlikely? I doubt it would be 25. I think 50 would be fair. 50 would be fair because you'd still be giving us that inflationary, push that you've been giving us for the last year. And at the same time, it's not 100, which apparently in this current climate means bullish, We've got KAR Crypto in the chat. Good to see you, KAR Crypto. Thank you for tuning into the show. Guys, make sure you're showing love to the moderators. Make sure you're showing love. They do a lot for us. Keep it civil, keep it polite, and show the moderators love, okay? Who else have we got in the chat? We've got Adil Graziel. Gaziel. I'm not sure. But salam, bro. Salam to you too. Sorry if I said your name wrong there. Sorry if I did that. Svetsalav, good to see you, bro. Thank you very much. Isn't today FOMC minutes? Yeah, today's the FOMC minutes. We should, they should be giving us the indication as to what they're going to do, So we'll see how it affects the market. I think it will. Not really many people are talking about it, but I think it will. I think what they say today could cause the dollar to give us a bit of a pullback, all right? I really think that could happen. So if it is a non-event, then that would be pretty bullish because Bitcoin looks like it's pushing upwards right now alongside Ethereum, which I'll be bringing up in a second. Um, it would be a real shame if they came out on the meeting today and they said, "Nah, we're going to be looking to increase things further as we go on to the end of the year," and that would pretty much screw us. That would be very bearish going into Christmas, which would be a bit unfair for everybody, but we'll see what happens. Classic Cookie, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. We've got Catherine. Catherine ANJ. Is that who I think it is? We've got Sam. Thank you very much, Sam. Appreciate you. Serdar, good to see you. Bruv, 100% this is a false breakdown. Bitcoin back up to 80. We'll see. We'll see. We'll look at charts in a sec. Yeah, man. Good to see everybody in the chat. Good stuff. Feel free to send in a super chat as well if you want to get your chat read out. As always, make sure you're liking and subscribing to the content, by the way. Definitely like this video. We've got FOMC today. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how the market's going to react. But what we'll do is let's get the chart up and we'll see what we're looking at here. So look, on my chart right now, I've got Ethereum, all right? And, zooming out a little bit here, we start from the top. I had it inverted because I was looking at a few things myself while I was downstairs chilling. Now, Ethereum does look like it's ready for a bounce. I do like this little 3 drives that I'm seeing here. It does look like it's ready for a bounce. At the same time, if I'm really honest with you, friends, it doesn't look that great. If I said it was to bounce, I'm talking about I wouldn't even expect it to ever get back to the monthly open, not in this current rate. The resistance that it's built up here on the monthly time frame, I think this resistance is going to be resistance that plays a factor in the future as well. I think that even if we do come back up later in life to retest sort of 1400, I think that Ethereum will really struggle to hold on past this. All right, I think this is going to become a key level at some point, and at some point I'm sure we're going to retest it as bullish support as well, so we'll see what happens. Going into the weekly, let's see if we've got any sort of narrative to say, yeah, we can bounce. Well, look, in terms of this macro range that we're playing here on the weekly, yeah, we haven't really come down to these lows yet, and that's the only thing that really bothers me. I think that we should come down, test these lows, maybe hold a little bit for a week or two before pushing up. That would be good. I think that would be a really good play into 1440 as well. So, if we got the range low here, playing it back to the mid range is around 60%. 60%, that's decent. That's really that's a little mini alt season as well, for Ethereum. If we go to the daily, here's where it starts to look a little different. All right. Here's where it starts to look like the short itself might play out. And here's where it starts to look like range low is a probable factor. Now, this is the thing. We've got the FOMC meeting minutes coming up, in the next sort of 40, 50 minutes. So maybe we could get a wick right into this range low here. How far is this wick away? That's what I'm thinking here. It's possible. It's 20%. All right, so I'm asking for quite a bit. It's fair that I'm asking for quite a bit. But looking at this on the daily, though, what do you guys think? Don't you see this as bearish? Look, I'll show you exactly what I mean, right? So you can see the support and resistance that I've got here. You see this dotted line that I've got here? That's support and resistance, all right? That's the mid-range. Now, if I highlight this consolidation here, yeah? Notice how we broke the mid-range, we consolidated, and then pushed up. Now, once we pushed back down, this consolidation is what started capping the market. And it starts to look like a bit of an SR flip. You've got to think of it like this, right? If you look at this mid-range and you look at this range low, these are just directions. They're not the actual they're the final targets, but it's not just a one target, there you go. You've got to think of it as, okay, if price is broken below the mid-range, which is this level right here, then anything below the mid-range, I'm going to direct my trading towards the range low. I'll cut it. I'll change my bias when I need to. I'll move up and down within this range. However, the ultimate target would be the range low. And now that's kind of what we've done. We broke into the range, which gave us the signal that it wants to go lower. We broke back above the range only to form a deviation, come back below. And now we're retesting it as resistance. I'm starting to get the impression that, this is going to be where we get sent down. And I'm thinking it's not that bad, guys. it's not that bad. Yeah, we'll take a bit of a hit in the alt market for sure, but the idea of the low sort of finding its way now, that shit really excites me. Now, on the plus side, it could be one of those situations where price starts pushing up. In the event of that, I mean, that's a different story. If we remove this box now and we look for sort of more of an intricate level, maybe we'll choose something like this. This would be all right. We could choose something like this. Let's make this a bit thicker as well. Let's do it like that. Let's say, for instance, we did get a push up, right? I would imagine this area here to be where the market gets capped. I think we'd find resistance here, and even if we did find resistance here, honestly, I'd think we'd start making our way down to this 850 to 900 level. I think it's time now. I think we're ready for it. I think we've evolved as a community. A lot of us here are pretty much ready for the lows that are coming in. Most of the people that we have in cryptocurrency now are sensible and mature enough, I'd think anyway, to know that these lower prices are following a storyline that has been playing out for the last 10 years. The sort of attributes to that storyline, yeah, they change, but it's ultimately the exact same thing. Like, that's my experience. I'm just giving you my experience, 2017 to 2021, and this feels so much like 2018, right? You got to remember that 2020 was the COVID stuff, so we couldn't really start a bull market then, but we did, though. Sort of mid 2020, we kind of did start exiting accumulation, and we did start going. We had that flash crash and everything started going up from there, and it went crazy. So in terms of us going lower, I don't think all of us should be worried. Okay, I think if we did come back up here into this purple box, which falls in at around maybe 1260, 1250, 1260, I'm not sure I'd short it, but it would look like the valid short. Okay, and it looks very, very clean to me, if I'm honest with you. If we broke above and held, obviously we've got some very, very clean targets here. We've got this area right here. Okay, and notice how this kind of forms like a mid-range between these three as well. So we've got these highs here, we've got this here, very clean targets if it does break up. So if it does do something like this, right? Target 1, target 2. All right. But really and truly, I don't see it doing that. I don't see it. I mean, I'm happy to be wrong, but even if it did something like this, right? I would expect something like that. That would look more healthy to me. Um, that looks like very, very clean price action to me. If it did do something like that, you got a little trend line as well, a little cheeky one, like that. Yeah, that's it. Like that, I think so anyway. And we'll see what happens, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for the low now, man. I'm ready for the low. I'm ready for accumulation to do its thing, so that we can start moving on and start working towards the next bull market. I think as a community we're ready for that. We are really ready for that. The beautiful thing about this bear market was the birth of all of you beautiful traders. You guys play it in a different way. During my bear market, we were still focused on FA and altcoins, but I'm noticing now in this bear market, many people are focused more on price action, more on traditional markets, more on learning about, what the market has to offer and the mechanics that bend the market up and down. I've noticed that anyway. So it's quite interesting to see how it's going to unfold. Me personally, I'm ready for the low. I'm looking really forward to it. I think if we look at this from a weekly perspective, a weekly time frame, like I said, the market, I say this pretty much every single stream, the market goes through multiple cycles. All right, it goes through a bullish cycle, bearish cycle, and an accumulative cycle. All right, so if we were to break down from here, I'm not expecting Ethereum or anything like that to just go up immediately. I would expect it to play out over the course of a year. Just copying this bar over here just for a fractal, as a fractal, you can see it just automatically lines up here with April. Even if I moved it to the closest candle, it lines up with 2024 as well. So that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just an example. This is what you'd expect accumulation to look like, really, if you wanted to if you wanted to buy. So any sort of person who was interested in investing in cryptocurrency, particularly ETH in this example, you see, the market would probably give you enough time to accumulate. I really believe it would. It's done it before from where I just literally copied it. And I think it would do the same thing again. Up, down, up, down. I don't know which direction it's going to go, how it's going to happen. But I'm expecting the market to do that. Make sure you smash a like on the video and do subscribe if you're new to the channel, by the way. This is going to be an interesting one. We are going to see if FOMC is going to affect the market today. It's not the same as it was before. Let's have a look at the website and see if they have any of the... Is it just the meeting minutes today? Are they not going to have a link? Usually they have some sort of link, Let me look on this page here and see if they've got... Just bear with me, champs. Bear with me. Appreciated. I really appreciate all of you for waiting. Just bear with. Bear with. So, Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve. Let's see. So, do we have anything here live? No, it doesn't seem like they're going live. Does anybody know why that is, by the way? Is there any reason that they're not going live today? Because they usually go live on days like this. But if anybody knows, let me know, okay? If anybody knows. What are you guys saying in the chat, by the way, before we move on to Bitcoin? What are we saying in the chat? Let me have a look at this. We've got Mike here. Mike saying, hi, NJ. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Victor saying, how's the main man NJ doing? I'm doing all right, mate. How you doing? Thanks for tuning into the show. Appreciate you. We've got Lily. Good to see you, sis. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. All good, all good. We've got Spider here saying, when Lambo, are you ready for the low? You got to tell me, man, are you ready for the low? If you're ready for the low, then Lambo sooner than later. You know what I mean? But we've all got to work together to make sure we can ride through this accumulation period. The accumulation period is really different to the bear market. The bear market, even though price is just tanking consistently, like you see here on the left, even though price is just tanking like mad, you still have emotions flying through you because the market is at least doing something. You'll have the bounces as an example. You'll have the if price capitulates, you'll have that bounce that causes an eruption in the market where everybody makes a good amount of money for those of them who bought at the lows. And during the accumulation period, it's not actually like that. It's actually a lot worse. During the accumulation period, it's really boring and it's really nitty gritty. You can't really do anything. You can't breathe because there's nothing to talk about. You can hear your own breath. You can hear a pin drop into a room. It's one of those ones where people tend to run away from cryptocurrency during those times. People don't really pay attention to crypto. It's really you guys who are going to thrive in the next bull market because you guys are here in the heart of the bear market. As long as you guys don't leave, then as long as you guys don't leave, you guys will be the class of 2024 theoretically. That's my my talk, my little rant on that. Rolly Diaz, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for everybody tuning in, by the way. We're currently waiting for the FOMC meeting minutes. Is it going to affect the market today? What's it going to do? Get your comments in, especially if you're new to the channel. Get your comments in. I'll see if I can give you guys a shout out. It will be really good. Laz, good to see you, Laz. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Are you ready for the low? Are you ready for the low to come in? Ashura, good to see you, my bro. Good to see you. Thank you very much. We got Gennaro here saying namaste. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for tuning in. We got Fatih. Good up, good up, good up. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So with Bitcoin, looking at Bitcoin, again, it's the same thing. I'm seeing these small-bodied candles on the weekly. And we know that when you have small bodies, it tends to lead to massive and large expansions, all right? And to give you a small example, you've got the small bodied candles here. Look at how the body's closed above this range high here. This sort of closing like this is what led to massive expansion. Now we're having something similar in this area here, and we've started to get the expansion now after weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of small bodied candles. we're starting to get a bit of an aggressive sell-off. Now, these small bodies here could just be before we smack into the mid-range. Honestly, if I'm really, really honest, this is not financial advice, but I'm really expecting 14.5k to get tapped now. Um, Maybe not specifically today, but anytime now, anytime. For me, it's a matter of time. And even looking at the daily, it looks exactly like Ethereum. There's nothing different for it. You know, you could even mark out simple basic SR. You could even take this as an example. Look, we can't even get a close above something like this. You see, to me, this looks like a sell-off pattern. Obviously, with FOMC being in sort of an hour, you're not really going to get you're not really going to get a trade setup. Even if this was a trade setup, yes, you could smack your stop loss right here, but FOMC, you guys know, can wick you out in seconds. So, do you know what I want to do? Just give me 1 second, everybody. Yeah, I just look at this. I'm sure they're talking about the rates today. I'm getting some messages saying that we might not be getting any rates today, but that doesn't make sense to me. Um, we're going to look at dollar as well in just a moment. We are going to look at the dollar as well. So please make sure you are smashing up the like and do subscribe to the channel, by the way. All right, bottom right hand corner. It does take a second to do. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute while I look at this, because um, I'm not seeing anything here that suggests that they're not talking about rates today. Anybody in the chat know? Anybody in the chat know what's going on here today with the rates? Are they going to be showing the rates or not? Because it's a bit silly if they didn't, did they? Would they? Would they? Not did they? Would they? Bit silly if they didn't. But anyway, that said, looking at Bitcoin here on the day, it doesn't look good to me. It looks really bad, even if I'm really honest. All right. Now up here we've had the classic over under. All right. So we had something up here like this. Okay. Consolidation, deviation, push down. I don't think we're getting the same thing here. I think now it's the opposite. I think now we've got the classic retest, just a bearish retest. We had a little sort of triangle here, a little bearish formation that was going along right here like this. And it was difficult. It was difficult to ascertain what the market was going to do. Let's be honest. Not many people knew. Some people were long, some people were short. It was a case of the market deciding. Now, we don't know if this is a deviation, by the way. We could actually rock it from here. I could be completely wrong and we could just do this. I'm very open to that. I'm very, very open to that idea. But at the same time, I don't know, it looks like shit. It looks like absolute shit. And to be honest with you, I'm actually thinking that we go even lower. I think that we get to range low, man. I think that we get to range low. The thing is, why would price break back into this range if it didn't want to go back to the range low? If you have a range, if you take a range, you take a range high and a range, where's liquidity resting? Liquidity's resting above the range high and below the range low. And for the traders in between, that's the mid range. All right. Now, if stops are resting at the range low, if liquidity is resting range low, then really and truly, that's where you want to be putting your money. Imagine price gets to here. Imagine we get something like this. What would we do then? Imagine we actually get something like that. Would you know what? Tell you guys. I'm going to put a poll up now because I've been wanting to put a poll up since the beginning of the stream. I'm going to put it up and I'm going to say, start a poll. There we go. Are you a buyer? All right. The question I've got for you guys is, are you a buyer at 11K? If we got 11K, would you buy Bitcoin? It doesn't matter how much you would buy, but would you buy Bitcoin? And that is the question. The poll is live now. And it's in the chat. Yeah, so I'm seeing here that there's no announcement of rates today. Interesting. They'll be covering minutes from the last month. Okay, so the last month, what was the decision for the last month? It was 50, right? No, it was 75. It was 75 for the last one. So if there's no rates today, wow, this poll is going. Get your votes in, everyone. Get your votes in. The poll is live. The poll is live. Let me just double check something here. Cool. Yeah, we are wow. Cool. Here, so I'm looking at the poll right now, and pretty much all of you are saying that you guys would, in fact, buy Bitcoin at those prices. Now, I'm just getting some updates here from a few people. It does look like they aren't actually going to talk about rates today. Today, they're going to be discussing the previous rates, which is why would they make a big deal out of that? Will the market react then? Will the market react? Well, actually, hold on a second. Hold on a second. If they do talk about the previous month's minutes, that would mean that they're going to give us an indication as to whether or not the dollar is going to settle or if the dollar is going to pump. So if we move over to the dollar, then let's move over to the dollar and see if we can get some sort of idea. Okay, cool. So with the dollar, looking at the dollar, if I go to the monthly, what I've been saying for a while now is that the dollar is in a trend. It's in a bull market, which we can agree. Given that this is the monthly time frame, right? The dollar is in a bull market. Many, many months of up candles, similar to how Bitcoin looked when Bitcoin was going up for the year that it did. All right. Moving over to the weekly, you can see the same thing. Many, many weeks of us moving up. Now, we haven't quite broken market structure to the downside yet. We still need to crack 104s. Well, not 104s, 106s. No. Yeah, 104s. If we crack 104s, I reckon we'd start potentially distributing to the point where we'd start moving towards the downside. I think shorts are going to be building here over the longer term. All right. And this is what I mean. From the weekly, if I put my chart in, if you look at the price like this, and I've bought this chart up before, the dollar has been in a channel for the last 20 years. All right. 20 years the dollar has been in this channel. And the fact that it's at the top of this channel now, and the fact that it's done this before so many times, it makes me think that we are unfolding the way it should. Now, I don't know if the dollar's going to break out to the upside. I don't believe it will, based on the resistance that we've got up here. What I think is going to happen with the dollar is I think the dollar is distributing from now. Why? Simply because the dollar can't maintain this bull market that it's currently in. The same way Bitcoin can't. The demand for Bitcoin, it went so crazy that when someone who had a ton of Bitcoin sold, it was obsolete. Market crashed. And then the market did that again in 2017. And then the market did that again in 2021. So we're expecting the market to do that again. And it's not just Bitcoin that does that. It's from other charts as well. Any chart that you look at, you can look and apply the same thing. So, if we're looking at the dollar now, I'm already seeing much bearishness. I don't know about you guys. I'm seeing major, major bearishness. Let's dissect what we're seeing here. So if we look here, right? All I'm doing here is marking out support and resistance. I've got the range that sits on the monthly time frame. Where are the stops resting for the dollar? Stops are resting from the upside here, these highs here, which come in at around 120. All right. And to the downside, we've got multiple sort of take profits. We've got this level here, which comes in at 104s, 103, 104. We've got this level here, which is the mid-range of the macro trend, which comes in at 95. And then we've got the one just below it, which comes in at 92, 93. Where is the low for the dollar? I think it would be around that 92, 93 level. And I really think so. I think the dollar is going to do something like this, all right? I think, and bear in mind, this is the weekly time frame, so I don't want you guys to think it's going to happen tonight. Even though it looks like it's happening right now, I think the dollar is going to do something like this until it's ready to go down like that. That's what I think the dollar will do. And what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, what this means for Bitcoin is, well, if the dollar starts breaking down to this extent, it's going to create more of a risk on environment. And if it creates a risk on environment, stocks are going to go up. Now, if the ES starts going up and starts going crazy, you can know that Bitcoin will probably follow suit. And there'll probably be catalysts like the halving, for instance, in 2024, which we're all already aware of. All right. So, thank you for the new people who are joining in. We've got over 100 people here now. Amazing stuff. Can we get the likes up to 100? Can we get some new subscribers in the chat room? It'll be good to see some new subs talking in the chat. Be good to see. Be good to see. Be good to see. Let's get to 100 likes. All right. Let's see what this poll is saying. So, are you a buyer at 11K for Bitcoin? 81% of you currently saying yes, you would buy it. But of course, a lot of people say that, but when it's time to actually do it, things get a bit scary. So I'm going to cancel this poll now. Cancel this poll. Awesome. Awesome. Are you guys enjoying the World Cup as well? I see some World Cup comments. Hey, what? Jerome Powell's in the chat, yeah? Yo, Jerome Powell. Is that you, fam? Big J. That's mad. Are you not seeing this? Is that Big JJ? Bear with me. That the real Jerome Powell? I'm joking. It's probably not Jerome Powell. Probably. Could be. Could be. Maybe. Could be. Could be. Japan match was fire. Yeah, the Japan match was fire. It was fire. It was. I really enjoyed that. Where's Messi? Messi's in Saudi Arabia saying sorry from when I last checked. Jeez. Wow, Jerome Powell. Thank you, Jerome. Happy Thanksgiving to all my fellow Americans. Thanks for joining the show, Jerome. Appreciate you. Would be good to have you on the show, mate. Get in touch, all right? Appreciate it. Big JJ, please save the economy. Give a shout out to Jerome Powell, who's in the chat right now. KAR Crypto saying Saudis are buying heavy already. Yeah, they probably are, man. Hopefully they do us a favor and buy Manchester United. That would be the dream, someone with a crap load of money and a massive, massive ego to be the best at everything. That's what you want to see, I'd be looking forward to that. Hafuel saying Big J Bear, but do you know what, Hafuel? Is he going to be bearish today? I don't think he will be. I don't think he Sirhat is saying that he could potentially be hawkish, but I don't think so either. I think we're going to start getting room to breathe. That's what I think is going to start happening. We should have room to breathe here. And I think the dollar's going to get some continued downside. Now, the only thing is when it comes to the dollar, right? I've seen price action like this before, where you look at something like this, right? And you think to yourself, well, this is naturally super bearish. We've got a range level right here, and we've done a head and shoulders, right? We've got the left shoulder, we've got the head, and then we've got a perfectly retested right shoulder. Now, when you look at this, you think to yourself, yeah, this is such an easy short. Everybody's going to get short here. But, if we get some news, if Jerome Powell speaks and he says the right things, this candle that we've got right now on the weekly can easily turn green and close above this level. And suddenly shorts are completely screwed and don't know what to do. And they've got a stop loss, and bulls can easily come and take out these highs here. So that would be interesting to see. I think it would be good to get a retest of this little pink box as well. I want to see price do something like this. So you see what we've got right here. This area that we've got here, I want to see price do something like that in this upper area here. And I want to see it happen over the course of maybe 3 months. That's what I want to see. And when it starts to break down, I want it to be very short-lived. I'll give you an example, all right? So if price was to come back, maybe price does this for now, double bottoms, comes back up, does something like this, maybe comes like this, does this, maybe ranges, all right? It's kind of like how the Bitcoin market topped out, all right? Where it did the higher high and then start going to the downside as we go into 2024. That's the ideal scenario for the dollar. Ideal scenario. Now, you guys know that we'll be coming on live every week. You guys know we'll be here. So we'll be there to watch that unfold. So make sure you are subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, all right? Bottom right-hand corner, it does take a second to subscribe. We are on our journey to 5,000 subscribers. Where are we looking at right now? How far are we into that journey? are we today? We are at 5,040 subscribers. So let's get that to 5,100. Let's see if we could do that. That would be good as we go on our journey to 6K subscribers. Thanks to all of you as well, by the way. I do appreciate that. I can see you guys in the comments as well. I can see you guys tuning into the comments as well. I do appreciate it. For those of you tuning in for FOMC, they're not actually going to be giving us any rates today. They're not going to be talking about rates. They're going to be talking about the decisions from the last month and what they're going to do, what their intention is going into the next year, I guess, because next month is December. Are we going to have FOMC next month? I think December they don't do it. I think it's November and then it's January, right? I think so anyway. Somebody in the chat, let me know. If you guys know. We've got over 100 people watching here and we've got 55 likes. There's 110 people. Can we get that to 100 likes? There's no reason why we can't do it. Everybody put your phones down and do it. It would be appreciated. I'd really, really appreciate it. So that's it from the dollar anyway. Now, if we move over to the S&P, we'll use the ES1. If we move over to the S&P, we can see that the S&P is in a range. This is the wrong chart. Let me get the right chart. December 13th, you're saying, Hafuel? Yeah, if you're saying December 13th, all good. December 13th, I could see that happening. Now, if we look at the S&P, this is one of the factors that could argue upside for Bitcoin. The only problem with this chart at the moment is that Bitcoin isn't following it. That's the only thing that's causing problems for this particular chart. Now, if you look at the range that the S&P is in, ignore the colored lines at the bottom. This is support and resistance. I put this there to try and identify where the low could be for the S&P. And one of the areas that I identified was this level here, all right, which fell in at 35.47. Now, I still don't think that that's the low, but that's one area we could have bounced. As soon as we retested this range low, it was natural that the target was going to be the 25%. However, going above this 25% level, going above that 3,950 level, I really didn't expect that for the SPX. I didn't expect that. And I don't think many people expected that. I think this really squeezed out shorts. Now, the good thing of these range levels is it's on the higher time frame and it's clean. It's really, really clean trading the S&P from this time frame. All right. So as it stands, the target for the S&P is going to be 4,200. Now, Bitcoin isn't following suit. If I add Bitcoin to this, not indicators, overlap, I need the plus button. Notice here, I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. That should be it. Notice here how when the S&P was dropping, Bitcoin was dropping. Okay, follow the arrows. The S&P drops, Bitcoin drops. S&P pumps right here, Bitcoin pumps right here. The S&P drops heavily, Bitcoin drops heavily. S&P pumps, Bitcoin pumps. S&P dumps, Bitcoin dumps. But now we're starting to see something a little bit different. We're starting to see the S&P pushing up, but Bitcoin continues to stay flat. Now, the argument is going to be here, is Bitcoin going to snap back and follow the S&P as it's done over the last year and more, or is it going to continue crashing? Now, this is where I think it starts to get messy. Because if we do recouple, as Serdar is saying here, if we do, we have to be in a position where we are sort of snapping back for the right reasons. All right. Now, I don't think the S&P is actually bullish, if I'm really honest with you. Yes, the price action looks bullish up till 4,200, but I have more reasons at the moment for now, as of today, to believe that this is going to be a deviation as opposed to it being a clean retest. Of course, if you wanted to long the S&P here as a swing and your stop loss was below this low right here, then it's a very valid trade. It's more than 1-to-1. It's a fair trade. It's a good trade. However, I think there's more chance of this being a deviation. If we look back to when this happened previously, it happened right here. Price broke above. It held above. All right. It didn't even retest it. It held above. and we kind of just dumped back. And it kind of happened here too, didn't it? Where price, it closed above, immediately closed below, sold off, fine. But then once it broke back above, it started to give us hope. We were close to the bull market territory days at that point anyway. So it started to give us hope, thinking, yeah, we've got we're probably going to start going back up again, because if we've closed here and we've closed back below, why did we come back up? That's a question that range traders ask. All right. And then only to sell off again. So we're seeing the exact same thing here now. And we're seeing it here for the third, maybe fourth time, I'd argue. If you want to argue this one, this is the top though, so I'm not sure it really counts. But arguably the third or fourth time that this is happening, I'm starting to think now that we're going to go a little bit lower. I really think that this area right here is a good area to say, look, this is the low. All right. This area here has so much going for it. This is the COVID crash right here. This is the retest right here that led to the bull market. It would just make perfect sense if we, from this area here, broke down and came all the way back into this level. What does it put the S&P at? Bear with me. Hold on. Regular. It puts the S&P in at around 32 to 3,300. I think that's a great area to say, I think the low could be in for the S&P. You tell me what you think. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, yeah, it could go lower. It may probably go lower. We don't know, right? But at the same time, I think as long as aliens don't land, and as long as we don't have a pandemic, as long as no zombies appear, as long as it just follows price action and there's no major event-driven activities that could change the world, I think that the 3,200 to 3,300 level is a great place to sort of inspect the market. All right. If I saw Bitcoin at, I don't know, let's say 10K, if I saw Bitcoin at 10K and I saw the S&P at 3,200 and I saw Ethereum at maybe 600 or 700, and everything was flatlined, and it had been flatlined for a while, then what I'd think is this market has completely dried out at this point. And if this market has dried out at this point, then I need to start looking at catalysts for what the market could do in order for it to reverse out of what it's currently doing. You get what I mean? The risk becomes less and less as you get lower, because as you get lower, you have to ask yourself the question, well, if this wants to go even lower than 3,200, we're probably going to be in a state where probably of emergency. There's probably something really fucked up that happened. Pardon my language. Probably really something crazy that happened. Maybe aliens or something like that. And I mean it. All right. KAR says monkeypox, but I don't think monkeypox would be the one. I think monkeypox is not a way to look at it, because we've had COVID now. So it's not what the virus does. It's more so how the virus affects the world. COVID affected us in a way where it forced the world to change. Monkeypox wouldn't, because monkeypox would come out and they say, all right, guys, the procedures that we took for COVID, we're going to take the same procedures now. Everybody knows what to do. No one panic. We'll do what we did before and it will go away. Whereas if we get something fresh, if we get something that comes in where it forces the world to adapt and react, that's when I would expect to see the markets going crazy. But at that stage, if we had aliens invading as an example, and I apologize for a childish scenario, but it's very realistic and people who are sensible will want to discuss this. If we had something along those lines, metaphorically, hypothetically speaking, even if you was to take a short and the market crashed to zero, yeah, you'd probably make billions of dollars, but what would you be able to do with it? There's not going to be anywhere to spend it. The world's under attack. Just a thought, just a thought. So that's my take on the S&P as well. I think that we're looking to time it. I think everything is moving as it should be moving, if I'm really honest with you. I think that if the S&P goes to 3,200, that lining up with Bitcoin going to maybe 10, 11K, that would be a really good sweet spot. If it comes, I don't know if it's going to come. If it comes, there are a lot of people speculating that Bitcoin could go below 10K and into the 6, 7K levels. That's a possibility as well. That's a possibility. But at the same time, why plan for that possibility? Why not trade the levels that are in front of you? All right. And that's the reason why I haven't got any levels here marked below the S&P. I'm very aware that there is a clean level sort of right here below, which comes in at around 3,000. 3,000 is another level where it's clear. It's clear that it can come into this level, but this just looks like clean support and resistance. It doesn't have the story that the level above it has. The story that this level here has, where it sort of retested it, then the COVID spike happened, and then the retest all happened here before the market started pushing up. That's the level that seems to be really important to me. Everything below that level here seems like the deviation. And yeah, I'm talking about a crazy amount of price here. Look, I'm talking about 40% of price action, and I'm calling that a deviation. I get it. I get it. But just from a price trading perspective, without looking at the numbers, you kind of see what I'm talking about. Serhat says, I'm new to your channel. Very good content. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. Do subscribe if you're new, by the way. Do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're waiting at the moment for the FOMC meeting minutes to come out. We're going to see if the market reacts. I'll stick around for another 20 minutes to see if the market wants to give us anything. If the market does, okay, cool. We'll see what we can do. We'll map out a plan or two. And if the market doesn't, well, then it can suck itself, So cool. So we've looked at Bitcoin. We've looked at Ethereum. We've looked at the dollar. We've looked at the S&P. What else should we look at? Give me some context. What else should we look at? What should we have up as our 4 box? For those of you who tune into the FOMC watch alongs, what should we have for our 4 boxes? Usually we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, the S&P, and I let you guys decide the 4th one. So I'll let you guys decide that. So let me know in the comments, what should we have for the 4th chart? Let me see if I can bring this. There we go. On the 1 minute time frame, we'll put the S&P here. And do that on the 1 minute time frame as well. Okay, and everything does look like it's coiling. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The S&P looks it looks like it wants to push up, but I can't ignore all these lower highs. I can't. And we put the Dixie. We'll put the dollar here on the top right, as we always do. We put the dollar here. We'll mark that out on the 1 minute as well. There we go. Man, the dollar looks funky on the 1 minute, doesn't it? A lot of girth in these candles. And then for the 4th one, what should we put? I'm seeing some comments coming in already. So we've got Petas saying BNB. We've got gold here from KAR. You've got Solana as well. Sol. Can you look at the dollar again in the short? We'll do that in a bit. Litecoin. Or rewind. You can rewind. Look, you can rewind the stream. If you want, rewind the stream and you'll be able to see it. All right. So you won't miss out, just in case you're preparing for a short now. You've got Litecoin. You've got the dollar. We've got the dollar already up. Rolly Diaz. Solana, FTT, Litecoin again. Okay. Litecoin's got a second vote. Interesting. Oil, Solana. Oh, we've got 3 votes for Solana. Atom, Matic, iSecond Oil, USTT.D. Interesting. Well, more comments need to come in. I need to see, what do you guys want as the 4th chart? So for those of you who are tuning in now, we've got Bitcoin on the top left corner. We've got the dollar on the top right. We've got the SPX at the bottom right, at the bottom left. The bottom right hand corner, we're looking for another chart. All right. And I need you guys to spam the chat in order to get that up. We are still not at 100 likes, and we have still got over 100 people watching. So if you haven't smashed the like button, make sure you smash the like button. We need to get to 100 likes, as you guys know, and I do appreciate the love and support that you guys give. Also, while I've got all of you guys here, make sure that you're tuning into the Telegram. The link is in the description below. I would appreciate if all of you could do it, of course. If you could click on the link in the description for the Telegram. It will take you straight there. It's for free. It's just more updates, more information on the markets, a little crypto hub that you've got there. Belgium, Canada, what time does that start? Is that at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m.? I want to know what time that starts. Yep, it starts in 10 minutes. Out of interest, right? And look, listen, you guys can be super honest with me, all right? Let me know in the chat randomly, yeah? if I was to do a football channel as well, where I was to talk about not just Man United, even though they are the greatest club in the world, but I don't need to tell you guys that. If I was to start a football channel, would you guys tune in and watch that too? Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to see, or let me know on Twitter or something like that. You don't need to spam this stream with that, but I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see what the feedback would be, because it is something that I'm interested in. Of course, crypto is the passion. Crypto is what I want to do. This is the channel that we're going to take to one day, hopefully, 1 million subscribers. All of you, all of us together. I know we're on our journey to 6K, but I say this wholeheartedly. I do think that we are going to grow as a community. I think that we are, especially in the next bull market. I really think that in it for the tech community will have a lot of say in the crypto space. All right, but be interested to see what you guys say. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I'm seeing some nos, but yeah, interested. Right, I'm going to put another poll up. Are you bullish or bearish? That's going to be the poll. I need to see what you guys are thinking here, because the meeting minutes are about to come out in 10 minutes and the market looks like it wants to react, if I'm honest. Bear with me. I'm going to put another poll up now. Rightio, FOMC. Bullish or bearish? Just see it for the bands. There we go. The poll is live. So, for the 130 people that we've got tuning in to the show, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you are smashing up the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. The poll is live in the chat now. With only 9 minutes to go, what do you think is going to happen with FOMC, the meeting minutes that are coming out today? No, we're not getting any rate. I agree, we're not. However, we are in a situation where anything that Jerome Powell says at the moment can affect the market in ways that make the market go bonkers. All right. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Make me know in the chat. All right. I'm interested to see what you guys think. I'm going to vote as well. There we go. I can see the votes coming in. Thank you to all the new people tuning in, by the way. We've got nearly 150 people watching. Do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Would really appreciate it. Share the video. Link in the description. The Telegram. Link to the Telegram. It's for free. I'm not asking you for any money. Go to the Telegram. Sign up to the Telegram. You don't even need to sign up. You click the link. You're in the Telegram. You're joined. You're in. You're with the NJ community. All right. Don't miss out on that. What's going on here with the chart? Are we seeing any action? Is this is the 1 week chart of oh right, we still need a fourth chart. What are we going to go with? We've got 8 minutes to go and we've got so much to do. You need to vote on the poll in the chat. You need to like the video, subscribe to the channel. You need to let me know what the fourth chart is going to be. I'm seeing a lot of Solana here. I think this is what happened last time. We had Solana up last time and it was odd. I had no idea. What is Solana even doing? I haven't looked at the Solana chart for a hot minute. Oh, it looks like it's coiling up for more upside. Can you believe in terms of Solana that it was only a few weeks ago that Solana was at $40 from an all-time high of $240, and now it's trading at $13. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I've put Solana up, but that can change. That can change if you guys want me to change it. I'm seeing more comments now. Oil, gold, but it looks like Solana may have won. Gold. I suppose we could look at gold on another chart. We could look at gold. I suppose maybe. Well, we might not have time to look at it today because I'm going to watch the World Cup after this stream. We're going to see how the market reacts, and then we'll watch the World. I'm going to go watch the World Cup. My dad's downstairs, and if you've got your dad here, why wouldn't you go watch the World Cup with your dad? So that's what I'm going to do. I've got my family downstairs. I've got my brother-in-law and stuff downstairs, my brothers and stuff. So I'm going to go watch the World Cup. What are your thoughts on the World Cup, by the way? Are you guys enjoying the World Cup? Are you having fun? I miss the Premier League, to be honest. I kind of really missed the Premier League. Thank you for the comments, Lily and Giles. I see you guys saying congrats on 5K. Yeah, it was awesome. Hitting 5K subscribers was a really, really amazing feeling. And I know that we can get to 6K as well. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Be part of the movement, Be part of the movement. When the bull market comes, this is going to be your go-to channel, not not the other channels, but this channel, the In It for the Techs NJ show, is going to be your channel. We need to get Murtaza to come and start doing his show as well, man. We need to push him a little bit, get him to do his show. And that kid is really smart, really, really smart. You guys would thrive off his content. That's my opinion, you know. He came on once to talk to us about CPI. He's a great chap. He's a great, great chap, you know. Thoughts on Ronaldo going? Well, we'll talk about that on the next stream for sure. I do have some thoughts on that, but yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. That one, I'll have to talk about that on another stream. It hurts. It hurts. I went to sleep in my United top yesterday, Ronaldo on the back. But it is what it is. I'm always grateful. We'll see what happens. But anyway, going back to the main topic, we've got FOMC meeting minutes in the next 4 minutes. We've got a poll in the live chat right now. So make sure you're heading over to the live chat and voting on what you think is going to happen for the FOMC meeting minutes. All right, that's what's going to happen. We are 17 likes away from 100 likes. So anybody in the chat who hasn't liked the video yet, maybe you can take a second to like the blood clot video. Thank you very much. I'm about to close the poll because the meeting minutes are going to be released and we're going to see if the market does anything. So if you haven't got your vote in, you've got like 30 seconds before I close the poll at 8. So come on, get your vote in, get your votes in. We're almost there. We're almost there. Appreciatings, and very much appreciatings. Thank you very much. Let's, I'm going to close the poll now. Here we go. Poll closed. Right. Let's look at these stats. All right. 41% of you say that today's FOMC meeting minutes are going to make the market bullish. 40% of you say bearish. And 18% of you have said, I'm just here for the bands. So interesting here that we've got 18% of the NJ community just here chilling for the bands. That's funny. I like that. That's one of my favorite parts of the NJ community. Those who chill for the bands. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, we're going to see what happens. It's so close right now between bullish and bearish that there is a lot of indecision, even in our small community. All right. Ooh, that's a deep one, Fury Twins. Ouch. That hurts. Oof. Whew. I think it's a little bit too early to start joking about that, bro. That's messed. Ouch. I feel bad for anybody who lost on FTX, man. Yeah. I can't really talk about how I really feel about the subject because we're growing on YouTube now. I don't want to say anything that just gets us banned straight away, you know? Ugh. But anyway, yeah. Oh, we're starting to get a bit of movement here, but it's only really on Solana. What? Oh, because it's Bitcoin moving and S&P. We haven't got Ethereum up. The dollar is pushing down. Solana is pushing up. Let's see what happens. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Yo, Ashura, if you're there, if you're still there, send us the link as well. Let's put JP on. Let's see if we can get Powell on. If we can get Powell on in the background, that'll be good. I'll be down to put the stream on for a couple of minutes anyway, because I know the game is going to start in a minute too. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to the content, by the way. All right, we are watching the FOMC watch along today. We're trying to see if the market is going to react to the meeting minutes that the FOMC will produce. So it's going to be an interesting one. All right, we're 2 minutes away now. We're 2 minutes away. S&P here on the lower time frame looks like it's ready to break down a little bit. Bitcoin looks a bit funky. The dollar looks like it's ready to push up a tiny bit. And Solana, for some reason, is on the screen. So make sure you are supporting the content, like, subscribe, the usual. We're 5 likes away from 100 likes. Make it happen. Make it happen. We are 50 subs away from 6,000. 50 subs away from 5,100. So make sure it happens, okay? Make it happen. Make it happen, NJ community. Okay, we're getting some movement. We're getting a little bit of movement. We're getting a little bit of movement. Amazing. Oh, Crypto Mac just messaged me. I don't know if you guys know the AFCON referee. The referee that blew the whistle super early. Hey, we're going. Anyway, he's at the World Cup. He's officiating this. We're going. Smash a like and subscribe to the content if you're excited for what's going to happen. It seems like the market is reacting. That's very good for us. That's very, very good for us. Let's see what the market wants to do. All right. Whew, let's see what happens. We're literally a minute away and the market is moving. So Get involved. Get involved. Get your comments in. If you haven't commented in the live stream, make sure you're liking the video if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribing, bottom right hand corner if you haven't. The market is moving. All right. Let's go. Let's see what's going to happen here. There we go. We're starting to get more movement. We're getting that little bear rally. I see you, Lily. I see you down there talking. We're getting that little bear rally. Oh, we've got some ops here. JD saying dump it. Here we go. 7 p.m. Oh, little bit choppy, little bit choppy. Not much, not much. We've seen bigger moves. We've seen bigger moves. We've seen bigger moves than this before. Oh, we're at 100 likes as well now. Thank you, everyone. Really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody getting it to 100 likes. Absolute legends in the chat. All 170 of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't think you know what Fed Minute means. Well, suck yourself. I do know what it means. I got the title wrong, and I think I said that throughout the stream. So if you're just joining the stream now and you don't have any context, then obviously you're going to say that, but I'll change it after. We are getting some movement, though. We are getting movement, you know. The dollar pushed up, and I did say that dollar, the candle, that weekly candle on the dollar, it can quickly turn green. It really can turn green. Oh, don't apologize, mate. I'm just throwing it back. Don't apologize. Oh, Riker Gaming. Everybody show some love to Riker Gaming in the chat, all right? Everybody show love to Riker Gaming. We don't want to be mean to nobody here. I wasn't being mean. I was just throwing it back. That's all. It's all love. It's all love. Welcome to the NJ community. For those who are new here, welcome to the NJ community. We're getting some real fudge. Look at the dollar, bruv. Oh my god. It's not nice. Hey, you lot wanted Solana on the screen, and Solana's moving. Bear market rally, you know. Bear market rally, G. Woo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at the bear market rally. Whoa, my. Hey, we are going. Dollar looked like it crapped itself, man. I was wrong about the dollar. I was wrong about it. But notice as well, though. Notice as well. It's crazy how all of them are in exact sync. You know, the same price action on the 1 minute time frame. You could literally, if you were trading any of these charts right now, you'd be taking the exact same risk as any of the other charts. You'd be taking if you were trading, there's no difference between trading Dixie and trading Solana at this moment in time, because it's literally doing the exact opposite, you know? And when the market is like that, man, like you can see that the market is in sync, and everything that's happening in the market is bearish. So like I said, you know, if you were watching the stream from the beginning, for those of you who were watching the stream from the beginning, I did say that if Bitcoin was to pump, it would get capped by around about, hold on, let me show you. Why is it not coming up? It should get capped. No, not 17,750. It should be earlier than that. Here. I reckon it would be here. I reckon Bitcoin gets capped here. I reckon it does. I reckon it does. If it keeps going, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. Let's go. Bear market rally. Let's go. The dollar is dumping, bro. What did they say? You know what? I bet you any money they've said that we're going to get some relief. We're going to get some relief. Yeah, the move on Solana looks insane. Move on Solana is insane. Lovely, lovely to see. It's not insane, actually. It's on the 1 minute, it looks insane. Yeah, it looks pretty normal. It's very small. But on the dollar, on Bitcoin, in fact, come to think of it, this was kind of pretty much a non-event if you think of it. Now that I'm paying more attention to it, this is kind of a non-event. But are we really going to do anything here? I reckon Bitcoin gets capped from here, you know. Let me bring up the bigger chart one more time. Let's have a look at Bitcoin real quick. I want to have a look at this. So if I do this and I do, let's say, the 4-hour chart, and if I do this, yeah, this is exactly where I'd be expecting Bitcoin to cap at. And if it doesn't cap here, if it doesn't stop here, I think 17,750 is where I'd be looking to see some more downside to Bitcoin. This area here would be the area to short if I was to short, not financial advice. All right, like and subscribe, not financial advice. That's the area that I'd be looking to short. The other area to short is exactly where it's at right now if it wants to go down, right? This area here should cap the market. You see, it's a reversion to the mean. This line that I put in here, you see how price chops above and below but never really settles above it or below it. It just chops, finally retests and sells off. Other people use a triangle pattern for this line that I've put here. This is the mean level, right? It's hard to explain it. I'm not SC. When SC taught this to me, he taught it to me in a much better way. But this is the mean level, okay? Now, this is a reversion back to the mean. So all it's doing is just returning back to the chop. But because it's broken market structure to the downside, there's probably going to be more reasons for it to go down than up. But we'll see. It could easily break above. If it breaks above right now, for example, right, I'd expect it to push into around 17,750. Alternatively, if you don't know how to play the long, then all you've got to do is just wait for the deviation. Any sort of price action that happens here, let it do whatever it wants, however high it wants to go. As soon as it gets back below this level, well, you know that that's the deviation done, and then you can play your stops down. Yes, Solana is pumping. Indeed, Solana is pumping. Right, that's it from me though. That's your FOMC watch along. Yeah, the market didn't really do much. Market looks all right, to be honest. Make sure you are smashing a like and do subscribe to the channel, by the way. I see there's nearly 200 of us here. Appreciate all of us tuning in today. Let's get the likes up to 150 if we can. I would really appreciate if you take a second to do that. And if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. Check out the other content that we've got on the show. I'll see you guys either tomorrow, Friday, or Monday. All right, maybe I'll do a Saturday, Sunday stream. Who knows? All right, we'll see. Cheers, everyone. Catch you in a bit. Goodbye.